Hey, y'all, welcome back. Thank you, those of you who are watching the replay. I'm sorry, I'm just checking the text. Yeah, somebody's coming into the live that didn't know if they were going to make it. So let me turn these lights on. I'm going to do the intro for the replay crew. Hey, Sons of Ray. I'm adding on my extra little lights. Hey, Lot. I was laughing when I started because I was checking my messages. So I'm going to do the intro for the replay crew and also just for anybody who wants to hear it again. Hello and welcome. My name is Dion. I call this the Crazy Troll Nation of YouTube. That light is bright. The crazy, just knowing it's okay to be your authentic self, not trying to be someone or act like something that you're not. And the troll part is not caring too much about the beauty community standards. You set the standard for yourself. Try not to feel like you need to use a certain brand, a certain tool, or a certain technique because that's what they're telling you in whatever video you're watching. Try all the things if you want to, but then just do what you feel is best for you. Set the standard for yourself. And the bottom line here is self-acceptance and self-love. Embracing your natural features, enhancing them if you want to, when you want to, but never feeling like you have to. Love yourself for who you are and for how you look, even when you're not wearing face paint. That's what we stand for here. 2 things you need to know about me if you haven't been here before. Hey, Grace. I do curse because I curse. And there's an organism that lives in my throat that randomly hiccups, gurgles, and belches. I do usually say, excuse me. Yeah. So that's all we need to know. So, y'all, I did thank you, Locke. I did this before the live and I didn't finish the face because we're going to do that here with 2 of my newer products. And what we did for this look was I need a nude. Y'all, I am liking this palette and I can't figure out why. Hey, Janessa. Stopping in to say hello to all the fabulous trolls. Mama Champagne is coming tomorrow. Woo! So you're clean and replay crew. Okay, tell her I said hello. If I remember, I'll text you tomorrow and be like, "Hey, Mama Champagne, how you doing?" I'm liking this palette, and my fingers are so friggin' weird. I haven't figured out why. It is definitely unique to my collection because y'all know this is not my color story, but for some reason, I'm really digging it. What I'm not digging though is this inner corner shade is creasing a little bit. And believe it or not, that's a pink. That's this one. And this one is on the center of the lid. This is outer corner. And then we did other stuff for transition. We put this under brow. It was too dusty. So then I put this under the brow. So that's what we did. And I was sensible. This is a troll soft glam look. I'm trying to get with it. Thank you, Jadessa. You have a good night. Take breaks when you need to, because cleaning, whew, that could be a lot. So this is what I'm calling a troll glam look. Y'all let me know if I nailed it. And we were sensible. I have on a brown liner from upper lash line. When do I do that? And look at the lip. House Labs Atomic Shaker Rosewood Shine. I think I look really good. So we're going to finish off the face, but let me tell you first what we're doing today. Today we are doing our monthly roundup for October because I kept forgetting to do it. 2 palettes I don't have anymore. And I'll tell you why. As we go along, I'll tell you why. So let me put this other light up here. I don't think I'm going to need this other one. Oh, I didn't mean to turn it on. My fat fingers. Big ass thumbs. Tomorrow night, we're doing unboxings. I have two orders that came in, and then y'all order something else. These sales, y'all. So tomorrow we're going to be doing a lot of paint in the face. We're going to be doing a lot of swatches, and I have a surprise. I'm wondering if I should tell y'all now. Should I tell y'all now? Everybody in here is an official troll Ken. Almost. So what happened? I know, like, where did this year go? Hey, Tanya, I'll tell y'all tomorrow. Or, you know what I'm going to do? I'll do a members only community post. That's what I'm going to do. Because I am just like so freaking excited. And I had a question in my mind, like, what am I going to do for such and such? Y'all, the universe answered for me. And I'm just like, what? And it also answered the question because I was like, something is a little bit off. So yeah, we're going to finish the face first just to give YouTube a little bit more time to let people know I'm here. We're going to take, which one is actually darker? Deep Level 11 and Deep Level 9 from House Labs. And actually 11 is deeper. Actually, it's more rosy. And so these are what they look like. This is 11. Okay. It's reverse what I'm looking at. I'm like, oh, that's lighter. So we're going to put 11. No, we're going to put 9 on first. Deep Level 9. Let me get my mirror. So we're going to finish the face first. So y'all can see me do my cheek situation. We're going to be lazy. We're using one brush for all of this. And I have out blush, highlighter, finishing powder, and another highlighter. This is the Scott Barnes number 64. So we're going to swipe, turn, swipe, turn, swipe, turn. And this one, why'd I put the mirror over here where I can't see? And so we're going to put this whole area right here. Tap and turn, tap and turn. So we're bringing this one, the lighter of whatever two bronzers I'm using, we do bring it all the way in. And you can still see the natural hollow of my cheek, but we're coming in to like here. I did a full face tutorial, a full face base face tutorial for the pro membership in case anybody wants to see. Well, not you, not y'all that's in here, but if somebody else wants to. I'm excited for the class I'm doing next month. I am super excited because it's all genders and non-genders. And so that excites me because that's the population that I really want to work with because they're just so much fun. And this is Deep Level 11. So we're only going to just swipe one way because that's only going to go right here. Because I like when it gives a gradient. You see what I'm saying? So 9 is all the way to here. We're just going to tap a couple times, and that's just going to go in the hollow, which you can already see right here. And this is how we do this. It does, Tanya. And it's very rosy on me. And so, but I like it though, because y'all know I like a gradient when I do my blushes. Because I use them also as contour too. And so look at, we're going to go back to 9 because I forgot to do, hey Kat, I forgot to do along here. And this is what I mean when I say I use bronzer also as contour, because usually people put contour under their chin and then in their forehead also, well, the corners, if they have corners. I know I have a square face. So that's all we're going to do for those two. And excuse me for smacking. Y'all, my mouth is dry, and I'm pretty sure it's that my newer medication, which isn't making a difference yet. I looked it up, and it says it takes about 2 weeks or so. Tony, you are right on time. We didn't get started with what we're doing yet. We are just finishing the face. I just put on House Labs Deep Level 9 and Deep Level 11. Now we're taking House Labs Lavender Blonde because we did a troll soft glam look today. Y'all let me know if I nailed it. This is Lavender Blonde. So we're just tapping in, which is something I learned. Not the cotton mouth from the meds. Yeah, because after I started taking it, I kept noticing like my mouth was just dry. And I drink 60 to 80 ounces of water a day. So I'm like, I know I'm not dehydrated. And I'm like, the only thing that was new was that medication. And it's worse when I first get up. But after I drink at least like 40 ounces, it's not as dry. But thank you, Tanya. So that's Lavender Blonde, y'all. And you might not be able to see it because all these lights. I feel famous in all these lights. We're going to take House Labs Golden Pyrite. Tomorrow, y'all, is going to be fun. And I'm telling myself, we're just tapping. This has a huge dent in it. This was the first House Labs highlighter I bought. The H is destroyed in this one. So we're just tapping. Tomorrow, it's going to be long. It's going to be long. Oh, I have an update, y'all. Who in here remembers, I'm sure y'all do, the drama with Dude, and I was like, let him burn the bridge and do me a favor? Let me know if y'all remember that. So this is Golden Pyrite on me. It's not much of a shade on me, but the shine, shining, 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 shining. So now we're going to take Chocolate Opal highlighter. And what I do with this is I just lightly swipe and I just put it in strategic places. I just put it in strategic places because this can make me super toasty. And that's all we're going to do with that. That's all we're going to do with Chocolate Opal. That is it. That is it. The glow that these get, oh my gosh, I love those. And the one I wasn't worried about that I loved, Hourglass Mood Light, the sheer lavender pink one. So we're going to go all around, and I even do like this under my eyes. It's just something that it does. And we're going to go all around, and this is going to go all over the face except on the nose because y'all see the lights bouncing off my big ass nose anyway. So I don't ever highlight my nose unless it's by accident. Even the House Labs highlighters, it's just like, it's too much. And so we have finished the face. And you know what? I just realized I already sprayed the Scandinavia spray. So tomorrow, y'all, I am hell excited. So who remembers the drama with Dude? The one with the house? Because I have an update. And then tomorrow I will probably have another update. So that's it for the face, all with one brush. So I'm going to set this aside and we're going to get into the palettes I used for October. Let me take a sip of Mountain Dew as if I need it right now. So if y'all don't remember, I won't give the update. If y'all remember, I'll give an update. Tanya says she slightly remembers. Dude whose mom died, and he asked me to help him with the house. And then it kind of got out of control. He got out of control. So he texted me yesterday. And it's been, I don't know how long. No, I don't have a Clinique bag, Tanya. I don't have anything from Clinique, not even their bags. That was Fashion Fair. That was a Fashion Fair bag that his mom had. That wasn't Clinique. That was Fashion Fair. So from that last text till now, and I'm not going to lie, like I have to check on him, and I'm like, nope, maintain my boundaries, because I'm always usually the one, always reaching out, even when somebody treat me shitty. Because if I love somebody, I love you always. I'm not one of them people where, if we stop being friends, all of a sudden I don't love you. I'm not that person. If I ever loved you once, I will love you always, whether I stay away from you or not. Because loving somebody don't mean tolerating their bullshit. And that's what happened with him. We met back in '84 in high school. But so he texted me yesterday, hey, I hope you're doing better. If you're up, I'll call. So I told him tonight would be better. After 10 o'clock tonight, because y'all know I had to be here with my trolls. I'm like, I ain't compromising y'all time. So we'll see if he does call tonight, and if so, I will update y'all tomorrow. That dude is expecting a lot. Yes, that's the one, Lock. Exactly. And I will say this text was all about me. I hope you're feeling better than last time we spoke. I hope you've been sleeping better, blah, blah, blah. But I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. And so we'll see if he calls, like what his conversation is going to be like. But yeah, so we'll see. So I'll update y'all tomorrow on that if he does call tonight. So I told him after 10 o'clock because I don't think this is going. I do not plan for this to go till 10. I'm not. But I also didn't want to feel rushed anyway. So the palettes that we use in October, here we go. We used nude last month too. So let me put this back on top. These are the palettes we used in October. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We use 14. 2 I don't have anymore. The 2 I don't have anymore is it's. Why am I acting like I'm so confused? The 2 we don't have them. We don't have Roxa anymore because I sent that to Bestie. I sent that to Grace. She's a purple palette connoisseur. And so I sent that to her because I knew she would do it more justice than me because she does the battles and she does the muted versus colorful and she does the why you don't need. And it's not that I didn't like the looks I did with it. I did. But when I looked through my gallery, I had so many other purple looks from other palettes that I'm like, this is not really unique to my palette, to my stash. And so I sent that to her and she's already done, I think, at least 1, maybe 2 looks with that. So it's not that I didn't like it, but it would have been low tier because I have so many purple looks, it wasn't unique. And I'm thinking still that's why I like nude so much, because it is unique. Y'all know I don't have nothing like this in my stash. The other palette that I don't have anymore, I'm looking on my paper because I know what's on here. Because this transaction just happened yesterday. Somebody mentioned, where is it on my paper? Okay, wait a minute. We have, let me just do it this way. But you know what? We didn't use it last month. Why am I thinking I did? How are we feeling about Natasha Denona purples? I feel like most people rank her pink purple formula lower. I'm not getting that one. The reason I'm not, no, wait a minute. Why am I not? Oh, you talking about the Roxa palette? You know what? I was thinking of that new Lethal palette because that one has purples too. I do. I don't know because this one, even though it's creasing on me, like this formula right here, and I didn't cut off the back of the box that has what formula is what. But this formula, this one is Mia. This is so friggin' smooth. And that's this that you're saying looks silver. That's this shade. And I did put it on with a brush, and then I went in with, I might have been half sleep blocked. You know, I'm always half asleep and half awake and doing a bunch of stuff. And then later I'll be like, what happened? And then I put more on with a sponge tip. But this shade is next to it. So maybe this one is just kind of blending over or something. I don't know. But this is so, I don't know if this is the slip cream matte shades or not, but the shimmers in here, and these two are the same. These three look to be the same formula. This is just so freaking smooth. But so I don't know. So the other palette that I don't have, which I could have swore I used last month, is, wait a minute. Yo, I be confusing myself because I'm really thinking it was on this list. It was the golden. Was it golden or warm? I think it was the warm palette. Yo, I am so thrown off. I haven't had any reason, Kat, to deal with lethals. Oh, you know what? I do. Because way back when they first came out with their brushes, all of the eye brushes except for the eyeliner brush. That's probably why my brain is ping pong and locked drinking that Mountain Dew. The handles all broke except for the eyelash brush. The face brushes were fine, but all the other eye brushes, they were falling apart. And so I contacted them, and I'm looking at my text to see what palette was that. Because this just happened yesterday. And so, and they had just came out, and I bought them at launch. I think this is 2024. This might have been 2022. And I washed my brushes first, and then I used them. And when I like a brush, I get more. So then I purchased some more eye brushes. I purchased some more face brushes. And then when I washed them again, the eye brushes started falling apart. And I'm like, and I had only had them for like less than a month. But then they take, like 2 weeks to ship. But so I contacted them and I took pictures of I laid them out. Okay, here was the handle, here was the brush. So I laid it, so they saw that they all were broken. And I'm still trying to see what palette that was. I want to say it was I Need a Warm, because golden I think I mixed with some other shades. They were awful with the exploded. I haven't had a shadow explode from them. And so I contacted them and I sent pictures saying, these broke, what's the policy or whatever. Because I think I had them like 6 weeks. And so they had said, whatever, something. And I'm just like, hey, Dawn. I've contacted them and sent them photos. I contacted them 2 more times and nothing. They wrote me back, but they were just like, well, and I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, hell no. Because I purchased the whole set and it was expensive. So I'm just like, So we kept going back and forth. And it wasn't until I said, I really feel like I wasted my money. Because one of the emails that she sent was the return policy is within whatever. And I had them 4 months. I said, I purchased them in launch on December, and I purchased the second ones I got in January. And I think it was like March. I said, it has not been 4 months. And I said, I really feel like I wasted my money. And then they wrote me back saying that they would give me partial credit for the brushes that were broken. And I'm like, okay. But it wasn't until I'm like, I feel like I wasted my money. I love Lethal Shadows, but this is really just not good quality brushes. And for half the eyeshadow brushes, and the rest of them did break after that. So all the eyeshadow brushes came apart except for the eyeliner brush, which is strange. And people were like, oh, just glue them together. And I'm like, I shouldn't have to. But it wasn't until I'm like, I feel like I wasted my money. I spent a lot of money on lethal over the years. I love the shadows. I have like 6 BYOP palettes, and I have all these other palettes and the brushes and blah, blah, blah. So it wasn't until I pulled the wasted my money as a consumer type thing when they decided to give me partial credit for them, which I did use, by the way. But I haven't had any problems with their shadows at all. But I don't blame you. If they're not being in touch with you, I wouldn't give them any more of my money. I cannot find how far back. This was just yesterday. Like what? I want to say it was the I Need a Warm. I want to say. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. Excuse me. I wouldn't shop for them either no more and that is something that would make me not shop from a brand is customer service. No matter how much I like them, like nah, no, I'm still not. This was just. I texted this person a lot yesterday. We were texting like me and Bestie be texting sometimes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I Need a Warm. That's what it was. And the thing with that is when I, again, looking through my gallery, when I was looking at the looks I did with that, most of them look like looks I could do with Biba. And y'all know I love me Biba. Even I swapped out 4 of the shades for Lila shades and put the Biba shades in Lila. But I'm like, this is not unique to my collection. And so someone was thinking of buying it. And I said, well, if you want to buy mine for half off. And so they said, yeah. So I got rid of, actually, I need to mail it. And I need to mail Bestie stuff too. So we didn't use that last month. So yeah, I'm just way off. So what we did use, we used the Monstrosity Mac Pride palette last month. We used this palette and we are going to go through and talk about them. Ooh, these were fun. The Esom. What do I do with 3 exploded shadows in a palette though? I can't use the palette without stuff flying everywhere. If it's not pressable, if the shadows cannot be pressed, I would be pissed. Well, first of all, I'm pissed for you because to spend money on something and then it doesn't work or something happens. That's a messed up feeling to have. If you're not able to press them back in, which I kind of doubt because one of my Pat McGrath's Celestial Nirvana something holiday palette from a couple years ago, one of the shadows exploded, but it was like chunks. It was like hard concrete. And when I tried to press it, it just broke into more chunks. And I took it back like 2 days after I purchased it and they refunded me. But that was Sephora though. They're disintegrated. Maybe just, if it's lethal though, are the pans removable? If the pans are removable, Kat, I would say just remove the whole pan. And if the pan is not removable, I would either just scrape all the shadow out or, what was that Notoriously Morbid? It wasn't Some Kind of Haunted. It was Some Kind of Haunted. One of the shadows in there, it was just so flaky. Anytime I opened the palette, it just went everywhere. And it wasn't shattered or broken. It was just really crumbly. And so I put a piece of tape over it to keep it from moving. Because I knew I was never going to use that shade because it was too messy. And so if you can remove the pan, I would say remove the pan. And if not, I would say just scrape all the shadow out or just put a piece of tape over it so that it won't come out. I hate messy palettes too. I feel you on that one. Yeah. So either scoop it out or remove it or put tape over it. It looks like it's going to fly everywhere. Okay, the tape might work. And if I was at my station, I would show you. And thankfully, it was a corner shade. It was like a corner shade. So I just took a piece of tape from here and like wrapped it around. So yeah, so that's no longer messy. But just opening it, it was like poof. Like it was. And I do still have that palette. Tony received a broken shadow from Clarity. And how did you remedy that? Like, did you contact them or you just left it or what did you do? We used our 2 Esom palettes, the ones I got for me, because I still have the ones in my kit for the kit. And I bought some stuff during that sale. Is that in that bag? What is it? I got 2 boxes here. Oh, that's not that. It didn't come. Did it come in? Yeah, I bought some more of their brushes. I think I did a members only post for that, for the brushes and their mascara, which is really nice. And so these are the two Esom palettes. And once I saw how they lined up, oh shit, y'all, I just bumped it and the shadow popped out. But these are removable. Let's put that back in. Once I saw how when you line these up, each column is a look, and that's how I did it. I did it as columns, as looks. And once I saw that, I couldn't unsee it. And I do have that video already up. And what was kind of ironic to me is that this one is number 1 balance. Tony said she put 2 drops of oil and alcohol and mixed it in and pressed it back. Did it stay together? I'm not good at pressing. Half the time, it'll still end up... It'll still end up everywhere. This one is set up for complexions. And Esom is a professional makeup brand, company type thing. And so this is for like, you know, light complexions. This whole top row, the middle row is for medium complexions, and the bottom row is for dark complexions. And I love how they do that. Oh, it is smoother than before. That's good. I need to learn from you, because when I press stuff, but you know what? Because I just use alcohol and not oil too. It does look similar to Viseart. And somewhere I read you can use setting spray. So I used setting spray. That shadow was hard. I rubbed it like it wouldn't come off. But then I said, let me just scrape it. So one day I scraped it, and now it is functional, and I don't have to scrape it every time. But I am enjoying these palettes. For these brands, I do have links down below if you are considering buying them. And so these are, I'm trying to get the glares off. So these are these 2 palettes. I want to get them next to each other again, so you can see how the looks I did. Yeah. So we did like a gray look, then a copper look, and then that middle column was gold, and then like a smoky, and then the last column is purple. And once I saw that, hey, Sarah, I could never unsee it. But I really do like these. So we used these last month. And you can pop them out. And so if you wanted to mix them up, you can. But it's preferred for makeup artists, freelance makeup artists, or whoever. They've been having a sale for quite a while, and I did post it on my community tab along with my link. Sarah says she loves these. Sarah got these. And the formula, if you want high shine shimmer, you're not going to get that from this. This is Intensity, the number 2 Intensity palette. They do have a pressed pigment palette, and they also have a lipstick palette too. The bundle deal with these 2 also came with a mascara for $139. And this on its own is $80. This on its own is $120. And so to get both of these and a mascara for $130, that was like a really good deal. So I purchased this after I purchased the one for my kit when I saw they had a bundle deal. I'm like, what? But yeah, I do have a link in the description box for just Esom. And once you get to just got house left, email 20% off. I got that too, but then I'm like, and they do have more colors, I think, in their whatever, because I think they're phasing out their bronzers. And I think they're going to make them smaller like the blushes. What kind of oil, says Kat? Tony, Kat's asking you what kind of oil. You just got because you got caught up cooking. I had oatmeal for breakfast. I haven't eaten lunch yet. So for professional makeup artistry, it is preferred to just have an all matte palette and all shimmer palette, because if you're doing a photo shoot and you're trying to do an all matte look, if there's shimmers in the palette, as we know, sometimes it can like spill over into the mattes, which will show up, you know, on film or in the pictures. And so they do prefer to have like all shimmer or all matte palettes. And I ain't mad at it. I ain't upset. She used castor oil. I keep hearing about castor oil, and I do not have any. Because that's what they said they use in that program. That program. To do a wet look, a wet glossy look. I guess it can't hurt as they're unusable as they are. And we also used the Chicago Speakeasy palette last month. We used a lot of Natasha. We used the Yucca palette. You live by castor oil, says Tony. We used the Glam palette. The Glam I did mix with Retro Glam, and I really like it. Like, look how colorful this is. I'm loving it. I love it. And we used the Xenon palette, which also has some Retro Glam shades, and I'm starting to sweat. And this is what that looks like now. So it's not completely grayscale anymore, right? Cat, I know. My ranking is kind of weird. I have a video that's scheduled already, for December, of ranking my Natasha palettes and ranking all of my grunge/golf palettes. And we also used I Need a Nude last month and again today. So you'll see this in my roundup for next month. Selling cosmetics, we used the Grunge Life. Notoriously Morbid is Fall, y'all. Madame Violet and Night Seer. So those are all the palettes we used last night that I still have. I don't have Roxa anymore. And again, I did like the looks. I just realized it wasn't unique to my collection. And so what I'm thinking is that I probably need to watch videos first before I buy stuff and then be like, I could do that look with something else. That's what I'm kind of thinking now. So let's get into ranking these. We're going to do MAC first because that's the biggest thing and I can just put stuff on top of it. Let me move this stuff. This is Bestie's box. I need this. No, this is, I need a warm. I just need to print out the label. And this is for Bestie. So y'all know I always got stuff everywhere. How they say if you build it, they will come. If I have space, I will fill it. So I don't remember what I did with this MAC palette last month. Y'all, time flies by so fast. It's a blur to me. It really is. So this is what this palette looks like, and I really do like it. And I haven't used it more only because I've been just using other stuff, and I'm running through my Natasha palettes. And so I have not called it a month of Natasha like we did a month of McGrath. But yeah, I've been using Natasha now probably for like 3 weeks. And we're almost done. Because then I have to do looks with the minis and then we'll be done with Natasha. But I really enjoy this palette. I like this palette. I love MAC's formula. Again, with the High Shine Shimmer Shimmer, you're not going to get it from MAC, but what you will get is nice shine from their satins, easy to work with, minimal fallout. The mattes show up, especially the darker tones. And then too, it depends on your complexion as well. But for me, everything in here shows up. Even these two show up, and I was surprised because this is a white something, and that showed up on me. Like matte, it's just, to me, the formula just works. Very easy to work with, easy to do looks. Everything blends together well. This is top tier. And I think almost everything this one will be top tier, just to let you know. Sarah says she's enjoying her Pride palette too. That's good. It's just easy. And I think about this a lot when I'm looking at new palettes because I'm like, because first of all, most new palettes, we know, hey Nina, we know we have those colors already. They just be changing up the what am I trying to say? They just change up where the palettes would. Oh my God, girl. See, why did I drink that Mountain Dew? They just change up what the palette looks like. So you can have all these colors, but they place them different. Or say they grouped all of these strictly in Color Story with the color family. People are like, oh, that's nice. And they would buy it when they already have them all. You know what I'm saying? And so I do 5 Wednesdays took, oof, geez. Your time is flying by so fast, Nina. And so when I look at new palettes that's coming out, I try to look at just the shades and not the whole palette overall. Because even looking at this, I'm like, I have all the colors. Like, what other color is there? Except if I want different formulas, like these type of shine or something like that. And that's something that helps me, along with not being able to wear pressed pigments, that's something that helps me not buy every single thing that looks pretty, because just like I'm getting rid of I Need a Warm, because it's not unique to my collection. And Roxa, pretty as it was not unique to my stash. And so MAC is top tier. So I'm going to put that there. We're going to move to Esom. We already talked about Esom. Y'all know these are top tier. If you just want just shine like this, because these colors right here, this gold was popping. I was just like, oh my gosh. But like this shade is similar to what this looks like. Like Esom shows up. Esom shows up and they're staying for the whole party, and they'll help you clean up afterwards. It is not messy at all to use these. And as I said, you can move them around if you want to, but I just really like it the way it is. And so these are top tier because just like with the MAC shadows, they're easy to work with. The formula, blends itself, and they work well together. And so you've never heard a countdown like that. What, the tiers, Kat? It's hard for me to rank like number 1, number 10, number 9, number 8, but I did do that for the 2 videos next month, and it wasn't as bad as I thought, but I was still just like, so it's easier for me to do tiers. And so Esom is top tier. And I really want everything in my collection to be top tier. I want to look at everything I have and be like, yes, that's unique. It has a place. It has a home. It fits here. Oh, countdown to Christmas. I haven't either, because usually it's like weeks, and she said how many Wednesdays. And the next one we used, because this, I think I got this last month. This just came out last month. Nomad is having a sale. I think they have a code for what you use, but I posted it on my community tab. If there's not a code, Nomad has a great sale. Yeah, I posted on my community tab with my link. If you don't need a code for the sale prices, my code will work for 10% off. But I'm kind of thinking the codes won't work because they're already like, 20% off, whatever percent off. But it is on my community tab, or just go to the website and it'll show you. But I do like this palette. And we did the swatches. People were saying the browns were similar, and two of the browns were similar to whatever palette we swatched it against. And I forget what else was similar to something. This one can be a little ashy on me, but it's not horrible. It's not horrible. I think how many looks did I do? I think I might have did 3 looks with it so far. Because y'all know when I get a palette, I come here with y'all and we swatch it. And then after that, I do looks and to make sure I use every shadow in the palette before I move on. Sephora has a Black Friday preview sale starting $11.29. And my Natasha Dream palette for 50%. Natasha Dream is 50% off. I think I had got that palette. And I think at that time, Huda Beauty, their Empowered palette came out. Oh, Kat doesn't get India in Canada. And I had them both. I realized I didn't really care too much for the Huda Beauty formula. And then I realized I was only keeping the My Dream just because. And so then I ended up either giving it away or returning it. I bought a new baby gold. For $9.50. Yours broke last year. How'd you break it, Sunsaray? Oh man. But I did order some stuff from their sale. And I was waiting for their November sale because their November sale would be really good. And their bundle deals are really good. And I like how for this time, it fell during a live. I had dropped something one day and I was like, but nothing broke or shattered. I was just like, yo, that's a hurt feeling when you just see something fall and you're like, no. And then it hits the carpet or the floor or whatever. But so far, I am really liking this palette. I'm hesitant to put this top tier only because it wasn't an automatic. Like MAC, I'm like top tier, Esom top tier. Like that was just like that. It just is what it is. And I do like the palette. It can be basic, because they set it up to do looks by color stories. Do your brown look, do a purple look, do brown looks, put a little pop of green. These two look like they would go nice together. This is green on my end. And so it looks like it would go nice with this, but I'm not able to get it green on your end. But I do like Nomad's formula a lot. It's just the color story is just basic. And if you do like High Shine Shimmer, or if you have an extensive indie shadow collection, they released a lot this year. Like I lost count. I don't know. And y'all got Morphe? I have never purchased anything from Morphe except the eyeliner brush that I found at Marshall's for $2.99. Like I refuse. I refuse. They just always been so messy on the back end. But so it's just basic. Oh, I was saying, if you have an extensive indie collection and you like High Shine Shimmer, you're not going to get that from MAC. This ain't MAC. From Nomad. But it is a solid formula. Everything shows up. Not a lot of fallout. But then the way I do my shadow, because I pack on top of the Fenty primer, I don't usually get a lot of fallout anyway, even when other people say that they do. So we're going to just put this mid-tier only because it's basic and it wasn't an automatic top tier. And so when I feel myself hesitating, that's when I'm like, okay, yeah, that's not top. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm going to drink some water. I ain't drinking no more Mountain Dew. And I do always get super excited though when they come out with a palette that's all eyeshadow. And I did message in and was like, is this one really all eyeshadows or are there pressed pigments in here? And when she said all eyeshadow, I was like, oh, okay. So that's why I have it, because I know the formula works for me. And this isn't the last palette. Didn't they come out with something after this? They did come out with something after this. Did they? Damn it. If y'all are enjoying this, don't forget the thumbs up. And I know I'm all over the place, but then I'm like, I'm always all over the place. Polar Express. Thank you, Tanya. Yeah, I was just going to look it up. Did I get that one? Yeah, I did get that. Yeah, I did get that one. On an awesome discount. The discount was phenomenal. Why did I not use that? Oh, you know why? I didn't do looks with it yet. But y'all will see that from me next month. Okay, Natasha. We want to get to Natasha. I'm going to tell y'all right now, since y'all here, we are doing a giveaway sometime in December for Vlogmas. I don't have any idea what the rules are going to be yet, other than you're going to need to watch the video. I don't know yet if I'm going to put giveaway in the title. I don't know yet, because that brings people, but then they don't win, they leave. And I don't want people just joining just to try to win. Or we can do like subscriber appreciation, but you have to be, that's what I think we'll do. So you'll have to be subscribed before that video or live stream airs. And when we do the video or live stream, I'll say whatever you need to do. But I'm saying that because I got 2 Pensies sitting here. 2 Pensies Justice jars. These are going to be in the giveaway. This is going to be open international. If you're here in the United States, you may or may not get this, but you will get sample packets. No, you know what I'm going to do? If it's going to be open international for sure. International people, if an international subscriber wins, I will send them this, because Pensies doesn't ship overseas. And so I want to let them have a flavor, have a taste. Yes, it is Justice Lock. And the reason I'm giving these away is, and these are good till December 2025. The reason I'm giving both of these away is I tried Forward. They had sent me a free sample of Forward in a little packet. And that has become my new Pensies. It's a lot of the same seasonings in it, but it has more pepper and it has a little more like kick. It has punch. This is really good flavor, but it's no kick. Forward has just a little bit of kick. And so that has become my new Justice. And so I'm like, let me just get rid of these because I do have Forward. And so, yeah, so international winners, this will be part of your package. In the United States, what I'll give you is a gift card for Pensies, because they will ship to you. They just had a gift card sale. Yeah, it's like a punchier Justice. Forward has a little kick to it where Justice don't. I still do love it, but I find myself reaching for my Forward, and you can see I have not opened them. The paper thing is still there and all of that, but I do still like it though. But y'all know I like a little kick. So that's a tidbit for the giveaway for next month. So we're going to get to these Natasha palettes, and I think all of these are mixed with something. This is the Yucca palette, and when I was saying how I didn't cut the back of the box where I need a nude, I did cut it for the Yucca palette, because I wanted to know like what the formula was. The only one we put in here that don't belong here is this one. This came from Retro Glam, and it works nice off of this one and other stuff in this palette. Top tier. Y'all know me, and y'all know my color story. This is my color story. When I saw it, I knew I was buying it, and so much so, when it launched, I was going to buy it full price. And y'all know my perpetual low buy is nothing full price. Use a coupon code, a discount. If it's at Sephora, use points, whatever. And I designed one for Lethal, and I pitched it to them like if they would do that and do a collab with me. And they said they weren't looking for new collab partners at this time, because I duped Martine Cosmetics 669 palette with Lethal shadows. And, I built that, and I did looks, and that video was somewhere on my channel. It's probably in a Lethal BYOP playlist. And so we did looks in rows. The top row of my lethal shadows and the top row of 669, because I wanted to see how close I got. And it wasn't exact dupes, but the looks were very close. And I was just like, oh yeah. But no, they said they weren't going to collab. So anyway, and you're not buying from Lethal anyway. So, but I love her formula, and I want to be a tad irritated that she keeps playing around with different formulas. Like for whatever it was, I think it might have been this one. She had like the slip cream mattes in it, which I thought were replacing. I don't blame you, Kat. Which seems to be replacing either the creamy mattes or the cream to powders. But then like her newer palettes, they don't have either creamy matte or cream to powder. So I'm like, I don't know. And some people do like the flakier high shine stuff, but I like high shine when I feel like high shine, but I don't like the mess. Like I'm okay with just this, which is a satin look, such as from MAC or Esom. But these shades do it for me. They don't give me a lot of fallout. If you put this one next to this one, they look alike. If you put this one next to this one, they looked alike. Because those were some of the first looks I did because I wanted to see how close they really were. And this one and this one are really close. And she does this with her palettes where it'll be like similar shades but just different undertones. And in that way, it makes it universal. But some people complain about it, but then they still buy it. I don't complain about it because I like it because it works for me. But it just depends on how my neck just cracked. It just depends on like what you want. And as I said earlier, when we look at new palettes coming out, we have all the shades. If you don't believe me, look at Nina's Instagram. Look at Grace's why you don't need. We have all the things. We have all the things. And so this is top tier because this is my color story. That messy grunge, that swamp water look. I need a nude, which I have one today. I don't know why I didn't cut the back of the box. Oh, do I still have the box? I don't know. Initially, I purchased this for my kit, but I've been thinking of keeping it for myself. I am really liking it, and I can't figure out why. Maybe it's the formulas, maybe it's I don't know, but I'm just, and I don't always go for this, but I like the looks with it. It just works. And so this is top tier. And I am a fan of her cream to matte and creamy powder formulas. Yeah, Nina, we have all the, you said y'all have all the shades. You know you got all the shades too, Nina. Stop playing. And so I do miss that formula. Some people didn't like her creamy matte or cream to powder formula because they had trouble working with it, but I never had. I'm trying to hold it straight. Here we go. I've never had a problem working with it. And I think it's just either the brush I use or the technique that I use because I'm a packer. I pack stuff on. Some people, even for outer corner, they'll take a fluffy blending brush. Where me, I'm packing it on with like a shader brush. And so I do think that has something to do with it, but I don't really know. Because if you use a fluffy blending brush, it is going to give you a lighter application. And if you're using a creamy shadow, I can see how it would just blend away because you're using a fluffy brush versus me when I pack it, it stays and then I just blend the edges and it blends out and it's fine. But that's just my theory. I don't know. So, but this is top tier and I don't know why. Maybe because it is just so different than everything else I have. But I do like the looks that I did with it though too. So for now, this is mine. If I do get tired of it soon, it'll go in a kit, which is what I purchased it for her. But this is the Glam palette mixed with Retro Glam, and I don't remember what shades are what. So there's, I don't even know how many in here is Retro Glam. I do believe, looking at it, oh, you know what? This pink and this pink are from Retro Glam. This green and this green are from Retro Glam. And I do love this better this way because some of the shades really didn't show up on me too well. And I'm like, why are you here? And so since I mixed it, I'm like, I freaking love this palette. So this is top tier for me too, because I can pick this up and do a quick look, easy, minimal mess. And y'all see the dips in these shimmers. It's like y'all see dips in the pans. And those are her, I think they're the cream. I'm looking at the formula. I think they're her creamy mattes. Yeah, the creamy mattes are the ones with the dips. So this dip, that dip, these two dips, this dip, you dip, we all dip. And actually both of these right here, if I didn't say those already. But I just love it. I love that formula. And I can get why she's experimenting because some people were like really complaining. Xenon palette. This has 4 Retro Glam shades in it. Something just flaked out of here. Some of these are flaky. So let's see what's from Retro Glam. And I have a paper so I know which is what. And I don't know why I didn't do that for I Need a Nude. So this shade is from Retro Glam. That green shade. This is from Retro Glam. So again with the greens and the red pinks. And where's Palladium? How come I can't? I know I can read. Wait a minute. Oh, you know what Contrail is what I'm looking for. This is from Retro Glam. So this is Retro Glam. This is Retro Glam. And I have it in the same spot. This one is Retro Glam. This is Retro Glam. This one and this one are Retro Glam. Isn't that the same format in the other one? I think so. But I love it. I did, I think, 5 looks with it before I swapped out shades because I wanted to see just how much I could do with this palette being grayscale because I was seeing the same 2 looks on everybody's channel that did looks with this palette. And so I was excited about it, and I still am because it encouraged me to come out of my comfort zone, to do new things. The first 2 looks I did with this palette were completely busted. I'm telling you that now because I was trying new techniques and graphic liner and, you know, all of that stuff. But it was exciting trying something new. And I do like those looks. I just needed to finesse them. So yeah, so if y'all go and watch that playlist for this, the first couple looks was busted. I'm telling y'all it was busted. And y'all know I tell the truth over here. But I do really like this palette. And since I mixed it, and yes, it's top tier, since I mixed it, I like it equally. And it still encourages me. You always saw the pink, champagne, and blue, and everybody ignored them. Yeah, and so they fit really nice in here. And when I showed this after I swapped it, you know, the comments were like, yeah, that's really nice. And it does give a lot more variety. This one, which one is the Wet Effect? The Wet Effect, I wanted to keep this one, which I did, Super Ionic. This one is crystals. No, it's not. This is sparkling foil silver with multicolored specks. I don't really see the specks when I wear it. It kind of almost looks like this, but just more shiny. And this one is Stellar. This is the sparkling Wet Effect white. This is bright. And I do really like that too. So I wanted to keep those. This has, to me, like a pink undertone to it. And this one is Neve, sparkling metallic peony pink. And so I thought this from Retro Glam would go nice with that. And with this one, this was already in here. This is Snowbow. And that's described as crystal sparkling pink with multicolored specks. And so even though it was a grayscale palette, it was still different types of looks you could do. But because people usually do the same type of look and the same type of technique with the same type of brushes, then they get the same type of looks. You know what I mean? And so it really, as I said, encouraged me to just try new things, do something different. And it was exciting. And y'all know I do encourage y'all to try new things too. Because then you learn. Well, for me, I learn either I need to tweak it next time or just don't do that ever again. Either way, I learned something. And that's exciting to me. And so I do always encourage y'all, just try new things, try a different technique. If something's not working, try a different brush. Or lately I've been messing around with graphic liner. And that's exciting. Just trying new things with wings and stuff. So we have 4 more to go through. So yeah, that's top tier. So everything is top tier so far, y'all. No, it's not. This is mid tier. So let me put that over here. Oh, Nomad sitting by itself, looking all lonely and whatnot. I'm so excited about tomorrow. I want to tell y'all so bad. I'm gonna do a members only post because I'm just like, but y'all will see it tomorrow anyway. Grunge Life from Selling Cosmetics, top tier because it's grungy. I wish the PAO was longer, and I do need to use it more. And that's the thing. When I get over like 60-something palettes, stuff just doesn't get used. And so I do make a point each month. I look at what I have, and I'm like, when did I last use that? Don't remember. Okay, pull that out to use. Or I put in my calendar, you know, what palette to use. And then that's what I'll do because I do want to keep everything in rotation. But, you know, having so many, if I don't consciously make an effort to use palettes, it'll be palettes that just won't get used. And it's not that I don't like them. It's just, you know, other stuff. So this is Grunge Life. And Fabulous 50 Aussie and I have not scheduled another date yet. She wasn't feeling well, so she didn't come when she was going to come, and that's just ironic because initially, excuse me, I rescheduled because I woke up with a migraine or something that day, and then she caught a cold or something. But I need to remember to show this to her because when I had asked her to do a grungy look, she was looking in the palette saying, "I don't know what's going on with Selim," and I have no idea, Nina. And I went on my non-makeup Instagram to see if they were coming out with anything new. And I need to remove my code from them from in my description box just to make space for other stuff. And it's a non-affiliated code. But I don't know what's going on with them. Like nobody's heard anything from them. But when I asked her to do a grungy look, she was, looking at my palette. Oh, it's no dark shades and there's no. And so she kept saying no dark shades, no dark shades. And so I asked her, I said, what's your definition of a grungy look? And she said, well, putting a smoked out color, here and then maybe a graded. I said, oh, so just like a smoky eye. She was like, well, yeah. And I'm like, so, and that's why she picked the Xenon palette. I said, okay, you want dark colors here. But we define different aesthetics different. And this was too far for me to get up to go show her because I wanted to show her this is grunge. And it don't have to be necessarily like all dark shadows. But I really do like this palette. And I just used this last month. I'm going to use this again in December. Yeah. I really do like this palette. The only thing, like y'all see this, that hole in there, this shadow, excuse me, oatmeal. These two are so soft. They're not flaky, but you see the dips in them. They are just super soft. And so I do have to like press the brush, press the brush, press the brush. And so that's why it has those marks in them, this one and this one. They go on smooth, they go on nice, they're really pretty. It's a little bit of work for me to get it on a brush. Whereas like this shade and this one, this is so friggin' smooth. This one is so friggin' smooth. I'm like, why not these? But these are more high shine than this one and this one. And so it's just the formula. But I really do like this palette though. And I think I got it when it was like 40% off or something. So I'm like, oh, hell yeah. And y'all know what? I ended up purchasing a second one. And I'm like, do I keep it for when this one dies next spring? Or I think I'm going to end up keeping it. This is top tier. We got 3 more to go. And they're all from Selim Cosmetics. It's fall, y'all. I was like, looking at it, I really doubt that I would have. They came out with a lot of stuff this month. And I'm like, I didn't get anything. And then I said, I'm not entitled to PR, so let me just calm down. But I was just like, what's all this? Looking at this, seeing the pictures online, I'm like, I would not have gotten this. And so they did send me this, and I was glad they did. Top tier. I love this palette. I love the formula. It's not messy. And there's only 3 mattes in here, and that's this column. It's just something about, and it doesn't look like much. It just looks like, okay. But when I used it, and the looks I did, I was like, this is bomb. I really love this palette. And maybe also because it surprised me. Because when something really surprises me, I'm just like, yeah, that's it right there. But I'm glad they sent it because I really don't think I would have bought it unless I saw like other people's looks with it. But I would not. I don't see a lot of looks with Notoriously Morbid on YouTube, and I think it's because they're shipping it so long. And they did say they were reformulating, and they were going to start pressing in factory or something, so that stuff would ship out quicker. But as far as I know, like stuff is still taking months and months and months to ship. So I don't know. They do have a few Spellcast Beauty, their sister brand, which you buy from the Notoriously Morbid website. They do have palettes from them. Spellcast Beauty is pressed in the factory, so those do ship right away unless you buy something from Notoriously Morbid that takes months, because then they don't send out partial orders. So if you order both Notoriously Morbid and Spellcast Beauty, you won't get it until the Notoriously Morbid palettes are done, which I think sucks because Spellcast Beauty is already ready. And so when I found that out, I'm like, that's kind of sucks. Because to say Spellcast Beauty be sent out, within a couple days, but then if you order a Notoriously Morbid palette, you got to wait 3 months. And so they don't send the Spellcast Beauty. I'm just like, but anyway. So I wouldn't have got this, but I'm glad they sent it because I do really like it. So this is top tier. Their shimmers, they are so smooth. Look at those shades, y'all. They are just so freaking smooth. I just love working with them, with these formulas. So I think that's why I don't see a lot of people talking about Notoriously Morbid, because they're like, and it's ironic because I feel like they're not buying it because it takes so long to ship. But if it's another indie brand that take just as long, it's no big deal. So I'm like, why the discrimination against Notoriously Morbid? And also now that I'm thinking about it, thank y'all for being here for me to process this, because I be thinking of a lot when I be talking to y'all. I think it's because of the aesthetic. They have that grunge goth vibe, and most of beauty tube seems to be soft glam type stuff or monochromatic type stuff. And Notoriously Morbid is different, just like, you know, Grunge Life, Selling Cosmetics is different. So I think that might be part of it too. So the ship time and it not being basic is what I think. Let me know what y'all think. The one says she thinks a lot of people still don't know about Notoriously Morbid. It is not talked about a lot. And it's a shame because I think the formulas are great. Except some of the Spellcast Beauty. So Tony says she's only going to order... Wait. Let me back up. You know, Tony says she'll only order from Spellcast Beauty. I looked at their two palettes where it's like one is cool tone and one looks neutral and one looks warm tone to me. But it's like the same color story. And I took a screenshot and I did a collage and did them side by side, and it's the same color story. One is just warm and one is neutral. And I have neutrals in my Biba, so I'm like, I'm not getting them. And I think they're $34.99 a piece. Yes, I don't know, y'all. Nina says the last palette she bought from them was Bog Witch, and it took 7 weeks. It used to take me a solid 3 weeks, but there's been times it's been like 2.5 months, and I'm like, what? But, you know. And when they do send PR, it usually comes the day before or the day that it launches. And so I don't know if it's an organizational thing, the timing or whatever, because most brands you get PR like a week ahead of time. I don't know though. I don't know. But Kat said it's gonna be months because she's in Canada. Tony said it takes 7 weeks to 10 to 12 weeks for her, and that is a long time. So I was excited when they said they were going to start pressing in factory so they can ship out quicker. But it seems like stuff is still not shipping out quicker, or it's because it's stuff that we're purchasing now that they already. I don't know, because it doesn't make sense. Where they already had the colors and they pressed them, because they also sell loose shadows too. And so I'm wondering if the Notoriously Morbid shadows that they hand press it from the loose shadows, because they sell both. And that's what I'm kind of thinking. So you order something, they get to your order, and then they hand press it. And so maybe there's, I don't know, like, why are they still doing that after saying it was going to ship quick? I don't know. You love their mattes. If Spellcast Beauty comes out with an all matte, I will consider it. I don't know if I don't know if y'all will be able to see the picture, but I did take a picture and I'm in the wrong folder. Oh shit, I deleted it. It's in my trash folder. Oh shit, it ain't. Okay. Where'd I put it? Oh, it's in my camera folder. So this one says light side of the rainbow palette and the other says dark side of the rainbow palette. But this is what, hopefully y'all can see it. But this is the light side of the rainbow. This is the dark side of the rainbow. So the first row, each one has 4 mattes, the top row, and the bottom row are their shimmers. And they're $34.99 a piece, which, I mean, I don't know. And the shimmers don't look like, well, let me take that back. This one, where am I at? This one looks like that really soft one in the whatever palette I showed you that was dipped in. That's what this one looks like. But the rest of them look like they're regular shimmers. And so light side of the rainbow, dark side of the rainbow. Hey, Sandy. And so I was looking at it and I'm like, I have those mattes with Biba. And I'm looking at the shimmers like, I got those too. I can get those in MAC, even though the formula is different. But when I'm looking at them, I'm like, I have those shades. And so I'm not going to get it because when I saw Spellcast Beauty, I'm like, oh, that'll ship quick. And then I'm looked at it like nah, not going to do that. Oh, Kim saying hi, Sarah. She didn't see you. Sarah be chilling in the back, eating popcorn. Dawn doesn't mind waiting for stuff. You emailed them twice, never responded, but sent out the next week. I think it's only 2 of them. That's what I think. And I could be wrong. I could be wrong. From just the messages back and forth. Look at you, Sarah. It's either one or the other one, but then shipping will be from somebody else. But sometimes it's from the other 2. So I'm like, so that's at least 3 people. I do think the team is extremely small. Because sometimes one will post, such and such happened. I was sick for a week. Sorry for the delay. And I'm thinking nobody else could do that though. So I do feel like it's just a very small team. You even saw newer ones on Last Chance. Maybe it wasn't selling. I don't know. I look at that Last Chance too, or without looking at clearance. Clearance is a lot of clothes and boots. And so I don't want the clothes. And you know what, Nina, they don't respond. Like before I was put on PR, because now I just email my PR rep. But before I was on their PR team, when I would email, they wouldn't email back either. But then it would ship out like in a couple of days. And so I'm like, okay, did they just need to be reminded, or are they just rushing me so they don't have to email me back? Like, I don't know. Sarah, I still have not been out to go get Bullhouse Farms. I think it is 2 behind the scenes and then somebody else that packs it. And I'm looking at my invoice, and the name on here is not the one of the other 2. And so there's at least 3. But yeah, I don't know. Yo, I co-hosted at the Playhouse Saturday night, an event in Sunday morning, because it's like 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. And I learned from past experiences, like when I do work down there or co-host, that I've learned not to schedule anything for the next 2 days because it takes so much out of me and my pain level spikes up and all of that. And I tend to sleep a lot, at least 2 days after, I have one of those things. And I don't know why I had in my calendar today to go here, do this and do that and blah, blah, blah. And I woke up today like, I know I ain't going nowhere. So I shifted everything to my calendar, which means shifting a lot of stuff because I do have looks planned out. So everything got shifted. So I slept most of the day Sunday. And today I got up, I think, like 20 to 6 or something like that, 20 minutes to 6 p.m. But and I'm like, why did I schedule stuff? Because I know for the 2 days after when I co-host or work down there, I do nothing because it's so hard on my body. But yeah, I need to get some. I need to get some Boathouse Farms. Rest is important. Rest is very important. So the last 2, Madame Violet, did this video come out yet? My trash or treasure for this? Let me look at my excuse me. Did y'all see my trash or treasure episode 1? Excuse me. I'm looking on my list and I don't see it. Yeah, that aired on November 1st. So this has made it out of purgatory, y'all. And I think, I don't know, because Roxa wasn't out then. So it's not that. No, what it was me letting go of my faulty expectations. Because I remember saying how this is an all purple palette. And I was expecting it not to be, because Bog Witch is not all green. There are other palettes that look like they're monochromatic. They're not. Even Spellcast Beauty, the little 6 pans, like Jade Dreams wasn't all green. Violet Thoughts wasn't all purple. Cherry Bomb was all red. But because those other palettes, they look monochromatic and they wasn't, seeing this online, I thought it wasn't going to be a purple palette. Every look is purple. Like no matter what you do, everything is purple. And so that was my expectation, was that it wasn't going to be monochromatic, and it is. And so I said, I need to let that go, because that's a me thing. I had faulty expectations thinking this was not going to be monochromatic because some of the other ones weren't. And so when I changed my mindset, it's like, it's a purple palette. it is what it is, and not to expect it to be anything other than what it is. And when I used it the last time, I freaking love this palette. So this is top tier. I had to let go of my faulty expectation. And I really do enjoy this palette. And so I was glad that it was in purgatory and I didn't just get rid of it. I really do like it. This shade down here is flaky. That's that a dual chrome? Because I'm seeing different colors. And I cannot get it to show how I'm seeing it. But I'm seeing more, looking at it over here, this looks like a shinier version of this one, is what I'm seeing in person. But it's messy. It's one of them shadows where when you open it, it just puffs. It just puffs up. And I think this is like a magnet for it because I keep this on top. Because every time I take this off, some of this just moves. But other than that, I really like this palette. So I'm glad I kept it and used it. The last one we have, y'all, is Night Seer. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be dark. It's not. But they are good for what you see out here is usually what's on the inside. But also, like, there's no black on the inside either. So I'm just like, but this is my grungy. I wish it wasn't so reflective. But this is a grungy goth kind of vibe. And I do really like the color of these shadows. I wish I could show you more clearly. These two, I thought were going to look the same on my lid, but they don't. And I was surprised because they look the same in the pan almost. This is more red. This is more orange or more copper. And these two look like they would be the same. This one and this one here. But on my lids, they don't. And so I really like that they do actually look different. And this only has two mattes in it. This one here and this one here, which is fine with me because y'all know I will do an all shimmer look just like I'll do an all matte look. And so this is top tier. I just really like Notoriously Morbid's formula. Did I buy this one? I think this one was sent to me also because there are some that I did buy even after being on the PR team. So we have one mid-tier, which is a Nomad palette. And that's only because it's just basic. It's very pretty and it works, but it's just basic. It's just basic. But I like the formula because I'm looking at this like some of these shades are in that MAC Pride palette. And so, okay, mid-tier, we have nothing low tier. So mid-tier, Natasha, Xenon, Glam, I Need a Nude, Yucca palette, they're all top tier. Notoriously Morbid is fall, y'all, surprisingly, because I wasn't going to buy it. Madam Violet made it out of purgatory, that's a keeper. And Night Seer, these are top tier. Grunge Life, y'all know top tier. Completely different vibe than Notoriously Morbid and Selim Cosmetics is the Esums. These are top tiers. They're just so easy to work with, y'all. And the MAC palette, because it's so easy to work with, and this has like all the colors. I would never travel with it because it's freaking huge, unless this was like the only palette. This is my paper that has the shadow names and what they're described as. Because I know I like to tell y'all what stuff is. I wouldn't travel with it unless this was the only thing, the only makeup palette that I travel with, because everything is in there. And so that's my roundup for, ooh, don't fall. So that's my roundup for October. We used 13 palettes and we have 12 left. Because I gave away Roxa. So what do y'all think of my ranking? I received your Rusted Essence Trio and they smell so heavy of chemicals. I believe it's the glue from the pans or the smell from the packaging house. Yes, Sandy, this is like a suitcase size palette. I've had, what did I order from? I remember back in the day, it was awful. I had purchased from Natasha Denona, the Safari palette. That thing smelled like glue. I was just like, ugh. And I left it like cracked open for like 2 days straight to let it air out. That smell never went away. I was just like, ugh, like it was horrible. And it was so strong. But I think it's the glue. And hopefully the smell will go away because it makes it not enjoyable to use. I have sensitive sinuses. And so when my sinuses get assaulted, If it's not 25% off, it's an incentive not to sell. And that's what Sandy says, talking about, referring to Dawn saying you have a palette, you have an email from Rare Beauty, get 10% off orders over $30. That don't make not for you, Dawn, but for the offer. Like that. See, now what y'all know I want to say what I feel. if oh Lord Jesus, if their team even looked at Sephora, or well, it's not sold at Ulta, even if their team even looked at Sephora, they would know we can get 20% off. Well, if you're Rouge at Sephora, and if you're a Beauty Insider, you get 15% off. Yeah, Sandy, insult and troll intelligence. So why would you only offer 10% when we can get 15 or 20 from Sephora for that brand? You haven't seen any amazing deals yet. Natasha's website, well, to me, they're amazing deals. That's how people get to be billionaires. Yo, I just don't get it, because Nomad had a thing. When I saw the message, I was like if you bought $100 gift card, you get a $10 e-gift card. And I'm like, because even like Beauty List or something, it's $100. You spend $100, you get $20 for later. But yeah, it was $100 gift cards, you get a $10 e-gift card. I was like, but if people shop Nomad, they know in November is when they have their best sales. But I was like, who want to do that? Knowing that his sale is coming up. Sydney Grace has an advent calendar. What they do? Cyber Monday might have better deals. I'm waiting for a new waterproof blanket for my horse. No makeup, says Sandy. Sandy, I was thinking of you the other day because yesterday I was watching on YouTube. It was some political stuff, and they were talking about when Trump said he was going to lower the price of eggs, and since then prices for eggs kept going up. And I said, well, Sandy don't got to worry about that because Sandy got her own eggs. But yeah, I was thinking of you like, yeah, Sandy don't need to worry about not having eggs. And I'm allergic to eggs, and so I never buy them. I never buy them anyway. Yours aren't? None of them, Sandy? Oh, man. Locke says Sydney, Grace, and Danessa are 35% off. I saw the email from Danessa, but my skin don't like her stuff. My soul loves her. But my face is like, you got one egg one day, one egg today. I really thought yours were laying. So never? They never lay? Oh. Sorry about that. What did I say? Oh yeah, Black Friday used to be one day. Now it's all month. Cyber Monday was one day. Now it's Cyber Week. And not Notorious anymore, but Nomad put out all their sales for Black Friday, pre-Black Friday, Black Friday, pre-Cyber Monday, Cyber Monday. They listed them. Which I think is really cool because we may see something like, oh, that's a good deal. And then like a week later, it's a better discount. And so I like how they did that. You saw today the chicken virus is spreading again. So that's been the reason for the increase. Yeah, I forget what I was watching, Sarah. And they were saying like all these reasons that they could say that's why Trump didn't lower the egg prices. Because there's been something going on since 2022 with the whatever viruses and stuff with the eggs or the chickens or whatever. Yeah, you have to sing to him, says Cat. Sandy, Cat saying you got to sing to him. Early excess, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, y'all just wait because we know November is going to have some good sales. I love the heads up so we can decide which sale to participate in exactly. And so I like how they listed all their prices. I think I'm done buying stuff. I did make another order yesterday. Well, actually early this morning. And I don't even remember what I ordered. Yes, I do. Do I? I don't know. Dawn says, Sandy, you go out there and they're all holding signs, marching around. I'm a chicken. This is my body. Can't tell me what to do. You've had a few with colds, but no swine flu. Their feed is outrageous. Can live without singing. How can you tell when they're sick, Sandy? Somebody was telling me about their pets or a cat or something, and they were saying how, like, if they're, because I'm like, how do you tell when they're sick? And they're like, well, their behavior changes. And maybe because I don't have pets, I don't be paying attention to stuff like that. But I'm just like, yeah, that's a shame. But how do you tell when they have colds, Sandy? Vizier just announced another collection. I used to have a lot of Vizier back in the day, and then I stopped because it's not my vibe. Because I like the darker, smokier type stuff, even though I'm wearing this today and I love it. But all of their stuff is just more demure than like I prefer. Snotty nostrils. Ew! Okay, my stomach just turned a little bit. And dull eyes, just like people when they're sick. Dawn, you don't have chickens. How you know that? I'm ordering from Cleona Unearthly Cosmetics and Pat McGrath Blend Bunny and Serum. Oh, Sarah says she checks our community tabs for deals. Your Sons of Ray is always posting stuff. Grace posts stuff. I always post. If I think it's a good deal, I post it. If I think it's not a good deal, then I won't post it. Or I'll put, if you wait for it to come to Sephora, wait for their 20% off prestige items and use your points and all of that. So I do try to put, okay, this is an okay deal, but if you wait, like I try to give options. Uh-oh, Troll Queen used the buzzword demure. Did I use it right though? Do I need to Google it? But I did like the looks. It was just, I just wanted more. And I ended up not keeping them. But this was way back in the beginning of my journey. Oh, modest and reserved. Yeah, reserved. Demure. Yeah, I used it right. It's like, use that word in a sentence. And I do really like them though. And so I'm sitting here like kind of laughing at myself inside that I'm head over heels for these Eastern palettes, which do look like Vizier stuff. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. It doesn't make sense. When our dog was alive, says Sarah, her mood definitely changed when she wasn't feeling well. Yeah. And Dawn says just pass in general. Tony says eat some fluffed feathers, says Sandy. Oh, okay. Some people do sing to their plants. I know I killed 2 cactuses. I think my apartment is not the right environment for them. That's what I really think, because they were like the indoor, and it tells you on the tag and the person you buy it from, like where will it thrive? And those are the ones I got, and it didn't. And it took me 2 years to get another one because I was feeling some kind of way. Like it wasn't a pet, but it was something I was taking care of and responsible for. And I finally got a second one, and that one ain't making either. So I'm like, okay, no cactuses for me. And I don't do flowers or plants because of my sinuses. Your mean turkey got sold, but will be buried in the bellies on Thursday. That's some good eating. Boo Boo the Fool says Lock Me here did purchase 2 of the new boring Vizier palettes. But Lock, I'm not saying your style is boring, but your looks are very elegant. That's the word I'll use. Your looks are very elegant. They're very beautiful. And that is your vibe. And so I wouldn't say that they were boring. It's just a different aesthetic. I like the messy grunge. A messy grunge is not glamour. Like your looks are glamorous. You watched my Eastern video and loved it. Y'all, when I looked at, I could not unsee each column as a look. 3 shimmers in 3 minutes. Nah, Dion says Sarah, I killed some too. And so, my mom, did she have plants? I think she killed her plants too. And she had a cactus way back in the day. One of the self-contained one that was in the bubble thing. Even that one died. And I'm like, how? I'm like, what the hell? So I guess I get it from my mom. If I were a turkey, Sandy says a lot, I would be in my feelings during this period. I would too. That time was repeatedly warned. I even turned down the family first offer. I remember before in here, Sandy, you were talking about the attitude that one had. He gonna be eating on Thursday. Oh, Locke says she loves people say she's boring. I'm like, thank you and leave me be. But you're not boring, Locke. Quiet Storm. You be doing them graphic bold looks. I'll be like, how she do that? Like she's so demure. And then she does this bold graphic look that's like, what? Yeah, you are not boring at all. You are not boring at all. But your looks are very pretty, very glamorous. She said they loved them. Or they ate them already? Sarah said, I found a company that sells potted plants with a reservoir for water, so I can't mess that up. I had 2 yellow snake plants for 6 months and they're hanging in there. That is awesome. But even my cactuses, it had the reservoir thing too. And they would love them. She said they love them and they would love them, says Sandy. So what do y'all think about my ranking? Like I don't think it's anything new because y'all know my vibe. And so I'm like, is this even going to be interesting? I think that my ranking video will be interesting, but then it kind of gets monotonous because I realized I kept saying the same thing about different palettes. But I said, let me try ranking. People like rankings. And so I'm like, I'll do that for Vlogmas. And so, but we'll see what the views are like for that. Yeah, Sarah, they do. Because it's like the thing, what do they call it? I call it the pot, but it was enough just to hold, the soil, and then they had a screen because it was holes at the bottom strategically, and they had little screens over the holes, and then you put that inside of the other thing that had water, so it would evaporate upward, and they still ain't make it. I was even checking the temperatures, and like I put all this stuff, and Sarah says she liked the rankings. Yeah, so December I have my Natasha Denona rankings and my grunge slash goth palette rankings. Yeah, but hearing myself when I was ranking them, though, I kept saying a lot of the same thing. This one like always goes out first. This one, not the one that has like the space in the middle, which I have 2 of those. Sandy's at, oh wait, I got another little comment. Says Lock Davina just revealed a new eyeshadow shade, Blood Moon. And my brain got excited and creativity started to brew. Look coming soon in December. And Sandy's asking, is it red lock? So what do y'all think of my ranking? Typical, right? But I'm excited that everything is top tier except the Nomad one. And I'm thinking now, like, I don't know if that'll change because it is still going to be basic. I mean, as much as I love using it, the color story is just basic compared to the different Natasha ones I showed you, even though most of them I did mix. And compared to the monstrosity MAC Pride palette that I love, this is just basic. But this is easy though, so I might make a top tier one day. I'll use it, but oh, this is easy. That works, and it does work, and it is easy. But can't go wrong with Davina. I can't wear them because they're pressed pigments. But I think I want to say I'm done shopping. I want to get Lethal's large mystery bag because they've been half off, but they've been out of sale for months. And so I'm hoping they come back out for their Black Friday sale. And they said they have something new. No, what's it that? They said all new. It's going to be all new products in there. Sandy says Dion saved so much money. I try. I'll be waiting for sales. But I do want to get 2 of their mystery bags, the large ones. Last year was the only year I didn't buy 2 of their large mystery bags because I thought it was going to be their clearance stuff, and I had already purchased a bunch of shadows from their clearance page. But Nina says she's hoping to. Yeah, because definitely. And I did put on for notifications for the large mystery bags. I think it's like $30-something. And they said all new products, but I think it's the same products. I think it's going to be just different colors because there's always stickers, which I don't care for stickers. And it's always single eyeshadows. Out of the 2 I order, one always has an empty palette in it. They both always have a lipstick, bullet lipstick, which I don't wear. And they also always have a potted gel liner. So I'm thinking they just might be new shades. Because what other products are there for makeup? Sometimes, did I get a blush one year? A single blush or something like that? But that's all the stuff. Like there's no other products. Just not being able to buy anything because of sensitivity. And and it does save me money because I would be out here buying more stuff, and my face doesn't tolerate natural hair brushes either. I would be out here trying to be Alicia Archer because she makes everything just look so great. So I'm glad I can't use natural hair brushes. Because y'all see all the brushes I got now? Like I would, that would not be good. Too Faced says 50% off everything. Too Faced should be 50% off everything all the time. That's what I think. I think I did good with my brows today, y'all. I just caught a glimpse. They're almost even. Because usually one is here. Where am I at? Usually one is here, and this one is way over there. Sounds stunning. Checks and balances, yeah. Yeah, I feel like they should be always 50% off because... Sandy, there is some red to the shift I feel like if you were a shade, that would be me. Aw, if Shiv red, orange, copper, yellow, and green. Aw, that would be you, Lock. Red, orange, copper, yellow, and green. That would match your headband that I was watching in your video. Was it this morning? I don't remember. Yo, everything blurs together for me because I be half asleep all the time. But that's all I have for today, y'all. Just this ranking tomorrow, y'all. It's going to be probably longer than this because something happened. I'm gonna do a members only post, and I'm just like, and y'all know it's hard for me to keep secrets. But you already heard it here. There will be a giveaway in December. International winner, if we get one, they will get justice because the Penzies doesn't ship overseas. Because I do want, I want it to be fair. And so if there's a United States winner, they'll get a Penzies gift card. Penzies had another gift card sale that ended yesterday, and I ordered a bunch more gift cards. I gave my neighbor a $25 Penzies gift card for carrying that freezer up here that they left downstairs when I ordered it. But he was like, "Oh, they're so thankful," and I'm like, "I thank you for carrying my freezer up 3 flights of stairs." But anyway, that is it, y'all. We'll be back here tomorrow night. I don't think I have anything going up. I've been posting more shorts the last few days just to get them out of my phone. And I think people are sick of shorts. I don't even like shorts. I'm very conflicted about shorts, but I'm a long form troll myself. But so that is going to be it, y'all. Hopefully y'all can make it tomorrow. And if not, excuse me, just catch the replay because yeah. I'm excited. I'm looking at a stack of stuff over here. I'm excited. So glad I caught you and popped in. Was in another live, and I had to visit everyone here quick. Debbie will be watching in a while. Are you talking about Debbie's time? Good night, Kim. Sarah saying, anybody have a good week? Debbie time's live, y'all. Woo! One of hers was like 5 hours long. I'm like, what? I was like, yes. Yes, but Miss watching. Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Let me do this. Watching. Debbie will be watching a while. Just watching. Yeah, she has long. Maybe time to crash her live. And I do watch her videos. But when I see like a 3 hour, 4 hour live, I'm like, but then it'll be like watching a marathon movie. Because I'm just like, that's a lot of time. 5 hours, 4 hours. And I'm the type, if I watch a video, I'm not gonna skip. And so that's what I think about too. It's like I wouldn't want to start it and then like not finish. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to not finish. And so that deters me from even watching like the 3, 4, 5 hour ones. Those are great cleaning videos. That is true. So one day maybe I'll just run one when I'm just running around doing stuff in my apartment. All right, y'all, we're going to go. If y'all can make it tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. Next week, we're going to do another swatch party on Monday, I believe. I ordered something that should be in this week. If so, I will post it. So it'll show up. I mean, I'll schedule it. So that way it will show up on my community tab. And we'll just take that as it comes. I'm trying to think of what else I ordered. Y'all, I'll be half asleep. I don't be knowing what I'll be buying. I'll be like, what? Like now, it's like, what did I buy? I remember one thing I bought that I said I wasn't going to get, and I got it because the stuff was really good. I love your patience in waiting to watch on a live. I don't understand. I love your patience. Oh, and wanting to watch a live is that? Oh, I love your patience in swatching. Wait a minute. I'm having a moment here. I love your patience in watching to swatch on a live. Is that what you're saying? Y'all know I be having these moments. Maybe I need about to do. Whew, I fell asleep in an appropriate place earlier. As long as you still woke up and had all your clothes on. And that you were in a safe place. Sandy. Oh my goodness. What am I going to have for dinner? Oh, I tossed out my freezer the other day. Yesterday, actually, and it thawed out. Actually, this morning before I went to sleep, and it thawed out. So I'm going to have pasta for dinner. Left autocorrect got you too. Yes, as in you receive your order and wait days in order to swatch it for us on a live. Oh yeah, that's my pattern now because it was something I had before, and I wanted to dig into it. And I said I'll just leave it in the box, and I put it back in the box and just put it to the side. And every now and then I would look over at the box and be like, nope, I gotta wait for my trolls. I gotta wait for my trolls. And I don't know how that became like my pattern. Like I don't know, but I love sharing those first moments with the palette with y'all. And doing doing the live swatches, and then y'all, getting feedback from y'all. And then, because I don't know what colors are, is this blue or green? Y'all be like, it's yellow. And I'd be like, okay, it's yellow, cool. But I love that because I want y'all to be included, in what I'm doing and not just, and plus I love doing lives, which is Locke's fault. When I first started my membership, she said, oh, do a live once a month. And then she gave me grace because then she's like, or it could be a premiere. And I'm like, no, you said a live once a month. We're going to do it. And by the second one, I'm like, every week we're going to live stream. So I appreciate you, Locke, how you do challenge me to do different things, which helps me grow as a content creator. But yeah, I love having those first experiences with y'all. And so we do the swatch party. And that's why the stuff I got is still in the box. Because I'm like, I don't want to see it. We deserve that weekly live. Yes, y'all do. Yes, y'all do. That is self-control, Sandy. Sandy said, I missed something. Let me go up. I have to think was only my second makeup order this year, finally shipping. Oh, wow. You're good with not buying a lot of stuff, Sandy. That is self-control, Kat. I see why you said that. Oh, no, I'm in trouble, says Lot. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, it's broke. Your self-control is broke, Sandy? That's what you're saying? So I do really just like sharing those first experiences with y'all. And so it's like, we share that moment. And then after that, I'm like, I'm digging into this thing. and then I'll just knock out a bunch of looks or just at least use every shade at least once. And then we sit it aside, let it take a nap, and then we move back to other stuff. But I really do enjoy that. And, because I want to do special stuff for y'all, and I really like doing that. And not just, a live stream and I'm just sitting here like now just babbling and there's no like specific topic. And it's just like, why are we here? And plus I have fun painting my face, my little warrior stuff. And why am I acting like I'm a gang member? Like what the Sandy says she did charge hatching eggs multiple times this year at $160 a dozen. I think I remember that. You saying that before. And I was like, what? It's a lot of eggs. Autocorrect and lack of sleep. I am right there with you, Locke. I'm right there with you. So all of my errands I had today, I shifted till tomorrow, but I'm still thinking like, I don't know. I don't know. Husband has no idea I can do that and an egg sneak into the house easily. Oh, wait, you purchased them? Or you sold them because you said you charged. So you charged $160 a dozen. But then you're saying eggs sneak into the house. So you bring them in the house and then you sell them. He bought them for you. I'm confused because you said you charged. So to me, that means you sold it? Don't be doing this to me on purpose, Sandy. You know how I get. I'll be like, what's happening? I really don't know. And I don't need to drink any more of this, but I want something flavor. I do have Gatorade for flavor. Oh, that's how you paid your charge. Okay, you sold the eggs. The money you made from the eggs is what you used to pay for your charge. Okay, I got it. I think. I think I got it. All right, y'all, we're going to go because we've been on here quite a while. And tomorrow is going to be long because I'm going to tell y'all on my community tab for the members that's in here. I'm going to do that right after we end this because we're going to see. But, Yeah, Cat says second goodbye. Yo, we got these long goodbyes. Y'all done drove off, and I'm in the street walking behind the car waving. 5-6 times, like $1,000 I spent on those eggs. Wow, that's a lot. I won't tell if you won't tell. All right, y'all, we're really gonna go, like for real, because tomorrow's gonna be long. Tomorrow's gonna be long. Here's a question. Because I know it's gonna be long, should we start at 7 instead of 8 tomorrow? What do the members say? Start an hour earlier tomorrow, or just leave it for 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time? Because it is gonna be long. And I didn't intend for this to be, so not intending this to be, and it is, and I know that's going to be long. It's going to be long. So what say members? Start 7 p.m., says Sandy. Any other members? What you say? Cass says regular time is good for her. Any other members have an answer? Sandy says 7. Dealer's choice says Dawn. I'm just thinking, like, if it's long like this or longer than this, I mean, if we start at 8, we might be here till like 11. And I don't intend to. I never intend for them to be long, but I know it's going to be. And so I'm thinking, like, okay, 8 o'clock Eastern time. If we're here for like 2 hours, that's 10 o'clock, and it might be longer than that. I don't know. And so that's why I'm thinking to start it earlier, so we won't be done and it's like midnight. And it's not going to be 8 to midnight. It's not going to be 4 hours, I promise you. Okay, so Dawn's is dealer's choice. Sandy says 7 p.m. Somebody need to break the ice. What do you say, Locke? Who else is in here? Grace is in here. A badge does not show up under her name because she joined by accident under her other email address. So Grace, if you're still here, start at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or not. And also I'll message Janessa, and she might be working, so it might not make a difference to her. But y'all do a members only post and see if somebody can break the tie there. So Sandy says 7. Dawn says dealer's choice. So I'm just writing this down, because if I don't write stuff down or do a memo on my phone, I'll be forgetting. Why did I write dealership? I'm trying to write dealer's choice. Yo, I need to do something. All right, I'll do a members post on that too. It's already scheduled for 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tony says 8, but Tony, this is a members question. Yeah, I try to include them on content and what I do and when. So that's why sometimes I'll be like, okay, what did the members say? Because I want them to feel more part of the channel because they are paying for membership. But Tony says 8. And Tony contributes a lot, y'all. She be using the hell out of my Notoriously Morbid code. So I am writing that down. Tony says 8. Okay. I'm going to still do a post on the members tab. So it is scheduled for 8. So if it changes, it'll just change on the tab, and hopefully YouTube will notify you. And if it doesn't change, it'll still just be 8 o'clock. And so we're going to go for like the last time. And this is how we know. As always, self-acceptance, self-love. That is the Crazy Troll Nation way. Thank you, and you will see me tomorrow night. Bye, everybody. Everybody have a good night, and thank you for being here. See y'all soon.